Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy New Year to everybody. We are back here in World of Warships Legends, which, quite frankly, I don't play very often anymore. Just to get you guys these videos out, today we are on Trap in a domination match. We are going to be top tier in a destroyer, I think, that kind of had a brief moment, maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, where everybody saw the potential of this destroyer, but then due to Wargaming's terrible implementation of the French destroyers, the Aigle kind of faded out of view with the advent of carriers and stuff like that. So if you're not familiar with the Aigle, it was the subject of a Kraken op. Like basically you could get a free one, but on the way there, you had to get a Kraken, so a lot of people were having difficulty with that. But as a result, a lot of people got the Aigle, and I think that's why, for a brief moment right there, it became a really nice ship. And then it was quickly rendered obsolete by the current meta of the game. All right, we've got Violette behind the wheel, simply because he's a free commander, and I don't think the Aigle really works well with my premium commander, Robin the Fierce. So I've got Violette here. I want to say I do have the fourth row smokescreen skill going on with this build. But basically, if you're not familiar with these destroyers or the Aigle specifically, the Aigle gets a smokescreen. The other French destroyers generally don't. And the best thing about these destroyers is not only do they have really powerful guns with a good alpha strike, they also have really powerful torpedoes. Maybe the second or third most powerful torpedoes in the game. Definitely behind the Japanese. But I want to say, and I'm really just going straight off memory here, I think these hit for about 18K or something like that, 16K, so they're pretty powerful. All right, here's the down tier Nicholas, a destroyer I don't have. This guy's name like Reaper or Ruthless or something like that. So I'm like, all right, he's going to try to go hard to get his kill. Obviously, I'm being spammed by 3 other ships in addition to him, so I'm just going to turn away. And sometimes you'll have to do that in a French ship. At least we have the benefit of the smokescreen, which other French destroyers wouldn't have, and they'd have to rely solely on speed. We are not going to have to do that here. All right, we're going to turn back around, making sure I have backup in this game. I actually do have backup. So thank you to my teammates for being aggressive and pushing forward. All right, Queen Elizabeth out there, the other destroyers out there. I want to say there's a German ship out there, and of course the Nicholas. And the Nicholas driver, despite his quasi-intimidating screen name, is going to really bone himself right here. And I'll show you how. He's got a spotting advantage on me. He should have been launching torpedoes. That's the bottom line. All right, here the Nicholas does pop back up. He's going to flatten out here to get all guns on target, and he's going to run into the island. He's going to run aground. Now, I don't know if this was on purpose or not, but he's trapped. He gets splashed by one of my teammates, and then these French guns are going to tear him up. We set him on fire. He had a damage con. He has almost no health left, and firing into his smokescreen finishes him off. And because French destroyers generally have a fair amount of hit points, I still have hit points left. All right, we're firing into the mist, hoping the other destroyer, which I think is an Icarus, stumbles into that. Huga is very close to us, but Huga is hiding behind the island for now. And so because we don't have a ton of health, we're just going to back up. We're going to gauge the movement of the various ships here, and we're going to spot this part of the cap for our teammates. Obviously, when you look at the mini-map, you can see, or even up above us, you can see that the red team is probably about 2/3 of the way to capping this base. So me just being here helps them from gaining points, and it helps our team. They're already down 2 ships, so that will proceed to be a force multiplier over time that, we all know this. The less of your teammates you have, the more focus fire occurs. And the Huga is getting focus fired right now. All right, we'll launch another set of torps just to cover the entrance of that battleship over there. Hyuga is kind of peeking out here. I can't see him, obviously, because of the smoke screen. There is the Icarus. We're going to fire at the Hyuga and get a kill pinch, I think, after we set him on fire. Round for the Icarus. He takes a ton of damage from us right there. All of those shells hit and did damage. We get an assist on the Hugo, which is good because that totally would have been a kill pinch, and that guy probably would have infuriated that we chip in just a little bit and get that damage. All right. Looking for the Icarus. The Icarus is just an inferior destroyer to Aigle. I'll just say that now and let it be known. The Aigle's guns do too much damage on the Alpha Strike, and the Aigle is too fast and has too many hit points. Even in my weakened state, just over 4,000 hit points, which is less than 25% of our hit points. You can see the Icarus is about 2/3 hit points. We're going to light him up here. He damages my rudder, doesn't do a ton of damage to me, maybe about 500 points of damage. But look at that first salvo, took him from 3/4 health to half health. And then I hit him with another salvo. And all of a sudden, in terms of remaining hit points, it's almost an even match right here. So I know he's going to come out through the gap between these two islands because I'm not a moron. So I'm going to head that way, knowing that if I get the first salvo off, I'm going to kill him. So here's we come around the corner of the island. I'm going to seed torpedoes into the gap. Not totally, because I think he's faster than that. Probably should have already launched, but you never know. He might put on the brakes like I would do. He's spotting me. He should be shooting right now. But he does get one salvo. Doesn't do a ton of damage. Our salvo absolutely takes him out. Those torpedoes probably wouldn't have hit him unless he put on the brakes, but since he's dead, they do hit him. Speaking of which, our speed reload booster is about to happen. We are going to hit it and get into the cap circle. Now, I know you're looking up at the scoreboard. Our team has lost 2 ships. The enemy team has 3 ships remaining. We're going to put all 3 of those ships in under threat today, believe it or not. And so this is why, even in a weakened state, you should never give up in a destroyer. I cannot stress that enough. As long as you can launch torpedoes, you are a danger to the enemy team. A ship like the Aigle with powerful guns is a danger to the enemy team. All right, assisted base cap there. We're doing our job. Moving forward, there is a Renown. As soon as I get around this island, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to check the Renown's path, and I am going to engage him with torpedoes. So there's the Renown. He is coming through the cap here, maybe. And I'm going to stagger my launch. And the Aigle has pretty good speed. You can see 48 knots, so there's no danger he's going to see me. You've got to use the speed, the guns, and the torp hitting power to your advantage. Now, this New York is going to move into our range here. I don't have any torps left. I wanted to take the Renown out. The New York is a down-tier battleship. So I'm just going to do a little bit of maneuvering to keep us from being detected. Meanwhile, off-screen, Renown is going to eat one of my torpedoes, and down goes the Renown, kill number 3. All right, New York turning in here. I decided, hey, wait a minute. Can I use my guns on him? So we are going to use our guns. All right, in a minute here, I'm going to jam on the brakes. I'm going to hit my remaining smoke screen. We set a fire on the New York. He is not aimed at me. And even the HE is chunking the damage on the New York. We set another fire and another salvo out there, and we take out the New York for our 4th kill. We are officially on the hunt for a Krakenfail. Now we're dead in the water. That's my mistake, and I shouldn't have done that. The New York probably only has like 6 secondary batteries, so I can't get in range to kill pinch the Congo. So this is going to be a Krakenfail to start the New Year off. I hope everybody had a great night last night. I hope everybody has a great New Year. Best wishes to you all. And please help Vaz Vegas get 1,000 subs for New Year's. So maybe he could become part of the evil community contributor program over there for Wargaming. All right. Arrivederci. We'll see you next video. I am going to go into the port, though. You don't have to leave just yet. All right, here on the victory screen, just 30,000 damage. But it is a Krakenfail. 4 kills, some cap defended flags, an assisted base cap, 258,174 silver, not impressive. 5,700 ship XP, 6,000 commander XP in the Aigle. You can see it was an earned thing down there in the bureau. I bought the Zal by mistake today in the bureau. I meant to buy the Haruki. Again, I'm just trying to keep up with Vaz, who owns all the carriers in the game now, and it's going to become a carrier main. So, yeah. So I fucked that up. I spent 30K on the Zal, which I'm never going to play, and didn't get the Haruki, but I guess I can play more games. Anyway, here we are at the top of the board. Just 20,069 basic, or 2069 base XP. 4 kills, good game by the Warspite and the Nuremberg. But we ended up at the top. Happy New Year, everybody. Have a good one.